Hey y'all, welcome again to the Next Gen Warrior Show. As always, I am your host, Dan Hamilton. The Next Gen Warrior Show is brought to you by Chairman George P. Bush, OEF veteran from the Naval Intelligence side of the military house. We are proud today to have Justin Bohanan in studio with us here at the Stephen F. Austin building. Justin, thank you for being with us. Tell us about your military experience and then how you founded Make a Vet Sweat.
Okay, yeah. So I joined the military from Washington State, 2003. Right after 9/11, I was a junior in high school when 9/11 happened, and although I wanted to be an NFL football player,
took a different route.
Yeah, it took a different route. After seeing the news and seeing the boots on the ground and seeing the videos of people jumping out of the World Trade Centers and the way it just went down, I was furious. So yeah. I went to the recruiter's office and said, where can I go? And it was airborne infantry. That's all I wanted. So airborne infantry I did 6 years airborne infantry at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, 2 times to Iraq, and then 4 years as a Army recruiter in Phoenix, Arizona. Okay. Once I finished that, I got out of the military and I moved here to Austin, Texas, and that was in 2014. So 1 year later is when I created Make a Vet Sweat, and I'll talk to you about why. So 2 times to Iraq, did a 12-month and then a 15-month tour. And
where did you deploy to in Iraq?
So both times went right to Baghdad.
So you're in the heart of the storm.
Right in the heart of the storm. And 2005 to 2006, and then 2007 to 2009. And during those times, especially 2005, 2006, there was a lot of casualties. Right. A lot of
very kinetic.
IEDs. Yeah, it was a lot going on there. And so at that time, we lost a handful of people. And when I got into recruiting, so after both my tours and I got into recruiting, I started just looking at my life and my friends, because I was in recruiting now, and so I had time.
You have a different perspective after you leave the war zone, yeah.
And what I noticed was I was losing more of my friends on American soil to suicide and drug overdose than I did both times going to war, I just didn't understand what was going on. And me, myself, I didn't want to become a statistic, so then I had to do something about it
to prevent yourself from going down that path.
Right. So as I got out of the military, it was, man, I got to stay fit. I got to stay.
Can I ask you what made you leave the service?
So after I got, so when recruiting was about over, we got orders, and really I had to just think about it. The orders were to go back to Kentucky, which is, I loved Kentucky. I love Fort Campbell, and I wanted to be there. Or, I could get out and spend time with my daughter. And right now she's 13. At the time she was 6, and it's, you lose so much of your life going back and forth. Yeah. And the thing about the continuous rotations that a lot of people don't think about who's not in the military is when you're going and coming and going and coming, when you're back home, back in your head, that you're going again.
Yeah, I know. So you're almost mentally there, right?
Yeah, well,
or you're preparing.
Well, yeah, because in the Army they still have to train you and get you ready. So it's the first couple of months is down. Yeah. But then you're right back into training. You're right back into getting your weapons up, and then next thing you know, you're right back to getting ready to leave. And that's a short amount of time, and you really want to spend it with your kids and your family, and so. Man, getting out was a lot of. I want to spend time with my daughter. Yeah. As much as I love, fighting for our country and being in the military, it was at that point in time you just had to weigh it.
Did you ever feel that pull to want to go back in after you got out and you're doing Make a Vet Sweat, or were you comfortable with your decision being on the other side?
I've been 100% comfortable with my decision being on the other side. I've enjoyed my freedom. Okay. I back my very first tour, when we lost a few of our friends, I would say then that they died, but they died protecting the American dream. Yeah. And I felt when I got out of the military, that was my right to the American dream. That a lot of the ones that are gone, they don't have that opportunity. So I've enjoyed every day, every minute.
So where would you like to see Make a Vet Sweat go from here?
Yeah. So Make a Vet Sweat, what we currently do, we fund gym memberships for veterans and spouses, 90 days to work out wherever they want to work out. And recently we were on Mike Rowe's episode, Returning the Favor. And Mike Rowe donated an app to us. So we have an app, a Make a Vet Sweat app. And, where I would like to see us go from here, I would like to see us evolve that app to be able to, do more online workouts, do more, cell phone related, programs and such for veterans to get veterans on board. But then on the flip side, I'd also like to see a lot more accountability of veterans going to the gym every time they go to the gym, checking in, so that we can kind of monitor that even a lot stronger on our side as well. So where I would like to see Make a Vet Sweat go is, number one, grow on a national level.
Okay.
So to be able to help veterans all over the nation.
So what does that mean for you? Are you reaching out to gyms? Are you hiring? So what is that kind of internal process maybe, or your mental process?
Yeah, everything revolves around funds, grants,
volunteers,
strong volunteers, leaders.
Yeah.
Right? Strong influence people like yourself, right? And getting things done. I mean, execution. Because I could put together a great plan.
Yeah. You need people to execute it.
You have to execute. And with execution comes bringing in the donations and then the testimonies and allowing that to kind of grow. Because at the end of the day, apps are expensive, and to evolve it to like that vision. I think it's about a year, about 12 months.
Before we go any further, the name of the app is what, and where can it be found?
Make a Vet Sweat, and you can get it on all devices just at your app store.
Okay. I am interested to know, you are obviously plugged in with the fitness industry. You talked about using the app. So many people now are using, if you've seen the Mirror, where you can work out at your home.
Yeah.
You have the Peloton. The gym industry is very, or the exercise industry is very dynamic. It's very growth oriented. There's always a new concept. How do you see the industry? What do you see happening inside of it? What do you see in terms of bringing people in? I mean, it's just so dynamic. It changes all the time. How are you able to keep up with all of it?
Yeah, well, so I see two things. On one side, you mentioned the Mirror, which goes right along with the Peloton, which goes right along with, kind of
home fitness trends.
Home fitness trends, but really, it kind of disassociates you from the community. Mm-hmm. Because you're kind of isolated. Like, you're going to do Peloton in your home. Rather than being in a spin class with 50 other people.
Yeah.
So I see two things. I see Pelotons and those things kind of rising, but then I also see a large group fitness community. When it comes to CrossFit, it's huge.
Yeah.
When it comes to Orange Theory,
Orange Theory is another one. Yeah.
Spin classes, those classes are still filling up. So to me, it's almost like marketing makes you feel like the Peloton and the mirrors and all. You're like, whoa, man, I see them on TV. Everybody's buying them.
Yeah.
But are they using them? Because I see a lot of people going to group fitness gyms. I think there's still like that need to be around people or to like have a coach telling you what to do.
The accountability of it too, right?
The accountability and like the friend and the social aspect and like.
So is that what your belief behind Make a Vet Sweat is? Like,
Absolutely.
What's your mindset behind it? Is get vets together in community to prevent isolation?
Yeah, well, so initially when I very first created Make a Vet Sweat, I really was emphasizing group fitness specifically, right? Like, I want you to be in a spin class, a boxing class, jiu-jitsu, something like that. But realize that doesn't fit everybody. You get a lot of people that just want to, power lift or bodybuild.
Yeah.
I'm a bodybuilder. I like to lift on my own. Mm-hmm. And so even with that in mind, that I myself like to lift alone, I don't really necessarily like to be in a group fitness environment. Had to evolve it even more. So with that being said, in the very core of it is group fitness when it comes to Make a Vet Sweat when I made it. And so now with it being kind of broad, I would like to get to a point where, like, using the app, you can see where other people are working out, and then you can work out with other people.
Yeah.
Kind of get that community, maybe a whole little workout group at the same gym since you're all going there.
Yeah.
But I try to keep it open. There's no one size fits all.
Fits all. Yeah.
For anybody.
Why did you take to working out? What is it about it that makes you fall in love with it?
So initially, I had to realize that it was working out because initially. I had a lot of energy that was fueled with anger. And so for me, it was fighting.
As a junior high, high school, pre-military, during the military, or was it?
Yeah. So growing up, I was always in wrestling, always into a lot of fight sports. But it was really more so in the military after, post-Iraq tours.
Yeah.
I just feel like he's just real angry, just really, really mad, frustrated. And so for me, and what got me to take back into working out, because, just in the military, you're always active. But what got me back into it was while as a recruiter, getting out of the military, just so frustrated, I decided to do a cage match.
That was your outlet, huh?
Yeah, I'm not even lying. I was at a casino. Me and my buddies at a casino, and I saw a poster for a cage fight. I was like, what? Right here at the same casino? And, I looked at it.
You started stretching a little bit? You were like, wait a minute, maybe I need to get in here.
I was like, I've been having an urge to punch things. I'm not going to lie.
And I can do it legally right now.
Yeah, and so I literally took a picture of that, and I got signed up with a boxing gym, and I just, I like having the pressure. I think I kind of missed having the pressure. I think getting in a ring, ready to, fight, somebody else just on the spotlight and everybody watching is one of the toughest things to do. So to me, it was, man, I gotta, the way that I saw it, and hopefully I could say this on air. I need to get my nuts back.
Yeah, you need to get your aggression back. Yeah.
Yeah, like I was like, man, like there's something missing. There's a huge void in my life, and I don't feel alpha at all.
Yeah. Interesting.
Like I went from airborne infantry, Iraq, with a bunch of alpha males to recruiting, sitting behind a desk and computers and
very
filming,
civilianized,
very civilianized,
docile.
and high school kids and moms and dads and wada.
Yeah.
Man, I had to get out.
You felt like you needed to get your edge back.
I had to get my edge back. And that's literally, took a picture. I was like, you know what? Let's do it.
Yeah.
And I got amped up, trained all I could for about 16 weeks and went in there and fought. And it was great. And afterwards, everything changed.
It was instant?
Yep. I was like, all right, I know what I need to do. I need to stay with it. Got into jiu-jitsu, got back into fighting, stayed with that. From there, evolved into lifting. From there, evolved into bodybuilding.
I think too, it's interesting that you say that because I think veterans, especially if you're in an infantry unit or you're combat arms, even when you leave the service, just because you left service doesn't mean that you need to quit finding some of those intense outlets in a humane way, essentially, right? You can't just go from 100 to 0.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what you experienced, right? It was like you said, balls to the wall and then nothing.
Yep.
And you're in a totally different environment, but you have to find a healthy way to let some of that adrenaline out, some of that frustration, because if not, then you start resorting to other things, and that's what Mavs is trying to prevent.
And that's exactly what we're trying to prevent, man. You have to stay active in some way or form. I mean, it's so important, your mind, your body, and your soul. And if any of those are off balance, sometimes we're going to school, so we think our minds are right, we're going to church, but we're not active. It's like a lot of times they're not doing all three. But you have to focus on all three: mind, body, and soul. Keep a balance.
Man, that is a difficult thing to do too. But I really believe it's like the stool. I always think about it as a stool. It's like if you have mind, body, spirit, your stool is good. When one of those legs starts to go away, all of a sudden the stool starts to wobble, and you are not in a good place.
You're very correct.
Can you tell us maybe some testimonials about Mavs, veterans that you've seen come in and really have that kind of epiphany that you had that, hey, this is something that I can stick with for the rest of my life and change my life?
Yeah. So so I host a gala every year. So August.
Tell us about it. Yeah.
Yeah. August coming up to 2020, we'll have another gala. This year it'll be our fourth annual Make a Vet Sweat Gala. So make sure you check us out on Facebook and on Instagram and follow our events. But at our very first gala, there was a man, Cedric Dunmore, who wanted to tell a story, right? And the girls on my team had heard his story, but I was kind of doing so much, I really didn't get a chance to sit down and talk and have coffee with him and hear his testimony. But we went ahead and approved him to go ahead and talk and speak at our gala. And man, he told the story was so moving. He's just explained how, he heard of Make a Vet Sweat at a time where he was thinking about suicide, and his marriage was off, his health was really, really bad.
Declining.
He had just lost his job. I believe he had just lost his job, and he had actually got signed up for a group fitness gym. and went to the group fitness gym. And, him and his wife, and just continuously improved and improved and improved. And he just wanted to share his testimony on stage in front of all those people. Wow. I think we had 200 people at our first gala. And it was moving. It was real touching. So.
And that has to be such an affirming thing for you as the executive director, as the founder, to say, man, we found something here and it is benefiting the lives of other people.
Absolutely.
And that has to be a tremendous feeling for you as the CEO.
Absolutely. It's about helping the next person, but then with his testimony, the question is, how many people is he also going to help? You know what I mean? Like, that was a great testimony. He had no fear telling that story.
Right.
Like, he's not going to have any fear telling the next person, hey, no, dude, this happened to me. You got to go do this.
Right. I'm kind of interested in gym culture. Mm-hmm. The gyms are an interesting place. When you walk into a gym, people from all different kinds of backgrounds, everyone has different ways of going about things. But I'm specifically interested in bodybuilding culture, what you have been a part of, what do you enjoy about it?
Yeah.
Tell me what you not only just enjoy about it, but kind of the ins and outs of the entire group, because it's extremely dedicated. You have to be very disciplined, but hyper competitive also.
Right. So on that first, so the audience knows, I won my IFBB Elite Pro card in Peru, my favorite vacation place, right?
There you go. And now you know. With
circling back around, right? So I won my IFBB Elite Pro card in Classic Physique. It was April of 2019, so just recently.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I also promote bodybuilding competitions on a regular basis. My next competition that I'll be promoting is April 25th, the Texas Shredder.
Yep.
And then my 100% charity event, the Mavs Charity Classic, which will be August 15th. It's a bodybuilding show where everything goes right back to making vets sweat. So when we talk about the culture of bodybuilding, for myself, I deal with a lot more natural bodybuilding, but bodybuilding itself can be kind of all over. But in the natural bodybuilding, which means it is a drug-tested bodybuilding competitions, that's where you want to go, because you want to take care of your health. You want to take care of your body. You want to make sure that you're not only good for right now, but for
longevity.
Your grandkids, they're going to need you around. So I do a lot of natural bodybuilding, and that environment actually is not bad at all. You get a lot of people who just want to do good things.
Right.
Go out, do good things, help people the right way, and it's actually a beautiful place to be.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it for anybody.
I'm going to go back to something you said at the very beginning of the conversation. You said that before you were bodybuilding, before you were CEO, before you were a veteran, you said that you wanted to be a professional football player.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your position? What were you playing? And if you could play professionally, where would you want to play?
Yeah, I was a cornerback. I love corner. I love defense.
Yeah.
I love to hit. Hitting was always my thing. Aggression has always been a part of my life. And so I from Richland High School in Richland, Washington. And my whole family played football.
Okay.
Older brother played, and brothers went to college, and I wish that I actually went and also played in college. But again, 9/11 happened. That was way more important. If I was in the NFL, I would have wanted to be a corner.
You'd want to be a corner?
Yeah, all day.
That's awesome. Let's change to diet trends.
Yeah.
So we see conversations across the United States I think in modern health discussions about intermittent fasting. You see the keto diet, paleo. It seems like there has been a proliferation of either diet trends, and I wanted to know, what's the truth behind them? What do you advocate to the people who come to Mavs, or what do you prescribe to personally that you think would be beneficial to the audience?
Yeah, so first, even though it's called diet trends, I think it's really lifestyle trends, and I think that's where people are getting it mixed up.
Okay.
I think when you think diet, you think a time frame, right?
Short time frames too, huh?
Short time frame. But really, it's changing your lifestyle for the way that you should be eating. And I do believe in intermittent fasting. I do believe in keto diets, paleo diets. I do believe in all of those. Because again, if you take the diet out of it, you just put keto, then it's just eating.
It's just a lifestyle.
Eating lifestyle. Yeah. Everybody's body is different. And I do believe that you eat for your body type. So you have endomorphs, ectomorphs, mesomorphs. You know, you would say really, really petite. You would say balanced and muscular, or you would say kind of big boned, right? Or you can look at it as where your body stores fat, right?
Yeah.
But having a low carb diet or a keto diet would be important.
Yeah.
You know, overweight and you eat carbs a lot, and you're probably carb resistant. Intermittent fasting, right? Every single person, and so you get, you know, everybody go vegan. Not everybody needs to go vegan, but there are people who need to go vegan in order for their lifestyle to be better.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Autoimmune is a thing where you gluten into, you know, you have to eat gluten free, dairy free, nut and soy free, corn free, egg free.
Yeah.
Maybe you might need to go vegan.
You can't eat anything.
You know, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like every or keto, like every single person is different, and if you take the diet out of it, and it's just, you know, what it is, and it's just your lifestyle that you have to eat. So that's pretty much what I preach. Is there's a whole tons of different things out there, and they do work.
I'm interested to know too about the discipline, the mindset that it takes to be a champion bodybuilder.
Oh yeah.
Is it difficult for you now to maintain the regimen, to prevent yourself from eating certain things, to constantly go to the gym, or as like you said, has it just become a lifestyle?
Man, that's a great question and great timing, and I'm going to hate answering this on camera, but I'm going to do it. After my IFBB Elite Pro and I won my card, since then I've been eating pie every single day.
That's what I'm talking about. What kind of pie? Let us in. What have you been eating?
Oh yeah, all the pies. If you go to the Texan Cafe in Hutto, they have a pie shop and they have so many different pies.
They just got a section for you now, huh?
Yeah,
it says the Justin Bohanan
section.
section.
I just walk in, I get many of them. My workouts, I'll say I'm getting back into working out.
Yeah.
Maybe that's my New Year's resolution, right? Like, so, you know, you're talking about what does it take to have a championship mindset, man. A championship mindset means nothing's going to stop you from getting that goal, right? And on top of that, it's you want it so bad that you know, sleep's not as important. It's a total art in my opinion. From the diet, from the posing, to the working out, to the cardio, to the sleep, to the vitamins. It is so much, and each one deserves 100% of your energy.
When you walked out on the stage in Peru, what's going through your mind? Your heart's racing. Can you kind of set the stage for us and what you're looking at?
Yeah. When I walked out on stage in Peru, I said I won.
You already knew it.
I knew I won. I was just wondering how it was going to be. I won. I know I'm going to win. I just want to know how it's going to be done, right? Because I was so confident. I walked on, and I was like, I wasn't even worried about it. I was like, there's no way.
Already got it in the bag.
There's no way you're looking at anybody else.
Just from looking to your competition, the people who were there in the
all
dressing
of it,
room.
Man. I mean, I felt like when you have that championship mentality for so long, and you just keep doing it, and you just keep doing it, and you just keep doing it, then you know what you have. And I felt like nobody was more prepared than I was. I felt like, you know, even though it was 22 guys on stage, even though it was a lot of us on stage, and I just felt really, really confident walking on stage. And
that's a tremendous feeling to have, isn't it?
It is. It's a tremendous feeling to put all your energy into something and be so confident. Like, man, I've studied. Say it was your practice ACT, right? You have your ACT, but you've done so many practice. You've been quizzed by all your friends. You've stayed the nights. You've taken the test.
Yep.
When you walk in that day, you're like, let's kill it. I don't know how it's going to end, but I don't know what that number's going to be, but I know I'm going to, you know.
So you walk off the stage. You have your card.
Yeah.
You set your sights on what?
I set my sights on getting back to enjoying life.
Yeah.
Getting back to my relationships with my friends and my family. Getting back to investing back into my life. Again, back to that championship mentality. If you're putting 100% of your energy in all of those things, you don't have time for anything else. You don't. All you have time for is training.
Yeah.
Training, preparing, training, preparing. That's all you do.
So is there a question that maybe I didn't ask you, a thought maybe that's been kind of just banging around your mind from the start of the year, something that you've thought about over the last year or going forward? We always like to let our guests kind of have the last word. to be able to speak to the audience, maybe to talk about PTSD, to talk about Mavs, whatever it may be, we wanted to know.
Yeah, if there's anything that I would finish this off saying, I would say that, PTSD is a real thing. Your mind is a very fragile thing, and you must protect it. But not only do you want to protect it, you want to turn around and help somebody. One of the things that's helped me battle all of my demons, even though I preach fitness, even though I preach it, is volunteering, is giving your time back to helping out somebody else. And that's what I found through Make a Vet Sweat, that I gave the gift of fundraising money to get veterans gym memberships because I knew that helped me. And after every testimony, after every check-in, people are checking in, and the shares and the support, all of that right there helps you get past your demons, because you realize that there's other things, there's harder things out there. There's people out there that have it worse than you.
Yeah.
Right. And so you find out that your purpose is giving back. So give back, and you'll reap the rewards.
That's an incredible message. For our audience who is listening or watching, give us your social media handles. How can they follow you, and how can they follow Make a Vet Sweat?
Yeah, so you can find me at JustinBowflex_fitness. You look up BOFLEX, so Bowflex without the W. You're going to find me either way on Instagram and on Facebook. And then Make a Vet Sweat, that's my nonprofit, and at Make a Vet Sweat on Instagram.
Awesome. Thanks for being with us, Justin. I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of the show and this community. Our passion here at the Next Gen Warrior Show is to tell the success stories of veterans across our great state and across the country. Please give us a like, a share, and let's help support the success stories of Texas veterans and veterans across our country, like our great guest, Justin Bowflex Bohanan. We'll see you next time.
See you.
Follow us on Instagram at Voices of Vets, on Twitter at Voice of Veterans, and on Facebook at facebook.com/Voices of Veterans. To hear more, please visit voicesofveterans.org. Join us in sharing the success stories of Texas veterans. Thank you for joining us for the Next Gen Warrior Podcast.